the thing is, Dan, it is what do you actually believe? Where do you think all this comes from? You know, who's telling who what? Dominique's absolutely right. I understand that Russia are concerned about, you know, the encroachment of NATO, the border, you know, NATO getting closer to their border with American nukes, because American nukes could have been
but my view on that,
positioned there.
Because I was discussing this last week with Nigel Farage, and my view on that is that it is a complete delusional fantasy, given the state of mind that Putin is in, think that we could have just said, oh, yeah, don't worry, the Ukraine, they're never going to join NATO. And Putin would have said, oh, fine, I'm just going to back off. I'm just going to take away this lifelong passion that I have to rebuild the Soviet Union. It wouldn't have been enough, Carol.
When has he ever said that? How do we know that he has a lifelong passion to it? Because a couple of journalists say it, right? And why is everyone talking about Putin's state of mind when, you know, you've got other leaders around the country, these hypocrites
well, I think Biden and
around
Putin
the world.
Are both seen.
No, I mean, yeah, of course, but around the world, acting in a really anti-democratic way and have been for the last 2 years, and nobody seems to care about that. It's almost like you're being told to forget about that bit. That's over now. Let's all concentrate on Putin.
There was the irony earlier in the week, wasn't there, with Trudeau talking about authoritarianism.
But I'm not saying he's a good man. I'm not saying that. But when you look at international relations, we cannot afford an out-and-out war with Russia. That's why we won't be sending our troops to the Ukraine, because it's not a NATO member.
But appeasement hasn't worked.
It hasn't worked. So unless you want to get rid of the green agenda
Russia has weighed up before Putin's gone into this situation.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Well, I think they have waded up and they've seen our weakness.
Well, yeah, precisely. What more can we do at this point?
Well, we could start by actually listening to Putin's concerns with regards to NATO expansionism. I know people don't want to talk about that, but NATO has been expanding since, you know, the dissolution of the Soviet Union, and that's
I just don't think it would have been enough. I genuinely think we could have pledged, NATO could have pledged, Ukraine will forever stay out of the organisation. I genuinely don't think it would have been enough.